Are you a short-term rental host looking to protect your home and your business? The world of short-term rentals is booming, with more and more people opting for vacation rentals over traditional hotels. And with this increase in popularity comes higher risk of accidents, damages, and unexpected incidences. This is where short-term rental insurance comes in. It can provide additional financial protection and peace of mind to both hosts and guests. In this video, we are going to explore the different types of short-term rental insurance that is available on the market, why you may need it, and whether certain types of insurance are worth the additional investment. So whether you are a new or seasoned host, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of short-term rental insurance. Let's begin by defining what is short-term rental insurance. Short-term rental insurance provides financial protection for homeowners who rent out their property for a period of time that is usually less than 12 months. It covers incidents such as property damage, theft of personal belongings, and injury to guests while they are staying in your home. Short-term rental insurance can be obtained through online platforms such as AIRBNB and VRBO, third-party insurance providers, or as a rider or addendum to your existing homeowner's insurance. One thing that's important to understand is that whenever your home is rented out for a profit, you need a certain kind of insurance. There are two kinds of insurance for people who rent out their homes. One is called landlord's insurance, and the other is called short-term rental insurance. And there are big differences between these two types. Landlord insurance is designed to protect property owners who rent out their property on a long-term basis, usually 6 months or longer, while short-term rental insurance is for homeowners or business owners who rent out a property for shorter periods, usually less than 12 months. Landlord insurance covers things such as damage caused by tenants, loss of rent due to tenant default when they don't pay their rent, and legal costs associated with eviction proceeding. While short-term rental insurance covers incidents such as property damage, theft of personal items and belongings, injury to guests or guests of guests, and incidents to property that is not the home but is nearby, such as a lobby or even other home. Landlord insurance is usually an annual policy, while short-term insurance can be either ongoing or per stay. What types of short-term rental insurance are available? There are three main kinds. One is a type of protection provided by online platforms such as Airbnb and VRBO. And since they provide similar types of coverage, I'm going to cover Air Cover, which is provided by Airbnb. First of all, Air Cover is not typical insurance. Rather, it is a multi-part system of protection for hosts as well as guests. The first part of this is guest identity verification. They will run a guest's ID to make sure that it is valid and that they are a real person. Next is reservation screening, where they flag suspicious activities and inquiries that could indicate a party or could indicate a scam. Next, Air Cover provides two kinds of financial protection. One type covers the actual home itself, the property, and it's called host damage protection. And this is up to $3 million of financial support when a guest damages your home or belongings after a guest fails to pay for that damage. Then, Air Cover includes host liability protection up to $1 million when a host is found legally responsible for injury, damage, or theft of a guest's property when they are staying at your home. Airbnb uses a third party to provide this protection as well as settle the claims that are made. Okay, another type of insurance is provided not by the online platforms, but by outside third-party companies. And they specialize in short-term rental insurance. They can cover similar things like homeowners insurance, such as damage to property of incidents that happen, theft of valuables, injury. Some even offer really advanced guest screening like background checks, and they can even check for a history of reviews across different platforms. One unique aspect of the short-term rental insurance that is provided by third-party providers is that it can be customized for a host's need and occupancy rate, and it can be either ongoing or employed on a per-stay basis. Okay, the third type of short-term rental insurance is what's known as a rider or an addendum to your existing homeowner's policy. And this type of policy is added on to your existing homeowner's insurance, and it fills the gap, and it covers pretty much the same thing as a regular homeowner's insurance would cover, but it is under the specific condition that your home is rented out on a short-term basis to many people throughout the year. And the reason that they do this is because there is a higher risk when you have more people coming in and out of the home and the home is unoccupied for periods of time, during which things like burst pipes can happen or theft can happen and no one can notice it for a period of time. And so you really want to pay attention to what a rider or addendum will cover, because it may cover some of these incidences and it may not. So why do you even need short-term rental insurance? Well, I hope by now it is obvious. All types of operators of short-term rentals need insurance. Whether you own your home, whether you rent the home and are using the arbitrage model, you must be covered in case anything happens. Because the last thing that you want is for something bad to happen and you be held personally liable for any costs that are associated. One important thing to note is for hosts who arbitrage, not only may you need short-term rental insurance, but you also may need commercial insurance to cover the business that you are running. Because oftentimes you are running an arbitrage through a limited liability company, which is a business entity. Another important thing to note, whether you are a homeowner or using the arbitrage strategy, is that what the online platforms provide, such as AirCover, is not enough. You may be required by your lender, if you have a mortgage on your home, or by your local jurisdiction to have homeowners insurance that will cover your home in the case of incidents that are not related to guests. You could have an electrical surge, you could have a storm, cause water damage, and that's what traditional homeowners insurance will cover. So you'll need an additional policy in addition to short-term rental insurance in order to cover those types of things. Are third-party short-term rental insurance policies worth it? Before I answer this question, please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Now, the answer to the question of whether short-term rental insurance is worth the cost, and that is what's provided by a third-party provider, is maybe. They tend to promise really fast claims processing, and they may cover things like lost income while your home is being repaired due to any damage, and they may reimburse these costs at a higher rate than a traditional homeowner's insurance addendum may provide, or something like AirCover may provide. But they tend to be pretty expensive, with many of these policies costing anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 per year. But the third-party short-term rental insurance could be worth it for you if you're looking for additional financial protection. Next, let's talk about what short-term rental insurance is not. It is not a replacement for properly screening your guests. You always want to attract guests that will treat your home with respect and who will give you fair and honest reviews. Just because your home has short-term rental insurance on it, that is not an excuse to be lazy about screening your guests and accepting everyone who inquires. Short-term rental insurance is also not an excuse to not have safe accommodations. You must continually make sure that your home is in good working order and it's free of any hazards. In an upcoming video, I'll be covering the types of inspections that you must do to keep your home in tip-top shape and to maintain a high rating as a host. I hope that you found today's video helpful. Thank you so much for sticking around. Bye-bye.